Hey guys, and welcome to my LGBTQIA plus comic book authors recommendations list. So for this video I thought I would shout out a few LGBTQIA plus comic book authors because I've seen a lot of lists recently going round of LGBT plus authors who write novels but not enough about comic books, so I thought I would put my name into the ring and help that way. But before I do, a little bit of housekeeping. Obviously we've all seen J.K. Rowling's comments and tweets and everything else, and I want to say trans women are women, trans men are men, non-binary people are non-binary. You should not be questioned on this, you should not be treated as other for this, you should not be bullied or discriminated against or anything. So if you are watching this and you are trans or questioning or gender fluid or anything like that, you are valid and you are loved. And I'm sorry J.K. Rowling is saying stuff like this, and I hate the fact that she is, because I know Harry Potter means so much to so many people, but I just want to say on this channel you are completely welcome and I want this to be a safe space for you. And now with that, onto the comic book writers. Also a quick thing, most of this is going to be Marvel comics. Not gonna lie, I have tried to go a bit further outside of Marvel than I did with the Black authors video I did last week, but I am going to talk a lot about Marvel comics just because that's just where my area of expertise is. First person I'm mentioning is a queer author called Margaret Bennett, who has written the A-Force, which is an all-female Avengers group, and they just sound amazing. I've owned their comics for a little while. I'm sort of putting off reading it in the hopes that there's going to be a film announced, quite frankly, but I will probably just give in and read it soon because I just want to read about the A-Force. I just want to read about a group of women being badass Avengers together, and I'm so excited to see where this goes. The second thing she's written is The Death of Wolverine. Now, The Death of Wolverine is obviously The Death of Wolverine, and I'm excited to read this one. I admittedly don't own it yet, but I am excited to read it at some point. I'm just also very scared of it because obviously Wolverine does die in this one, and it's about all the X-Men and how they deal with this, because obviously he's been around since forever. It's about his daughter and how Laura's coping and Psylocke and everybody else, and it's going to be a painful one, but I really am excited to read it because it does just sound so good. Next person I want to talk about is James Tynion IV. Now, most of his work has been under Scott Snyder at DC doing Batman and Batwoman stuff. Naturally I know nothing about this because I am not really a DC fan, but in saying that, he is quite acclaimed in that world. Outside of that, he's also done a couple of other things. The first one being The Backstagers, which is sort of like a comedy fantasy series all about what happens backstage at a theatre, and quite frankly I am a bit of a theatre nerd, so I will probably pick this up at some point. He's also written Something is Killing the Children, which sounds like Stranger Things meets Buffy, where children are going missing in the woods and they never seem to come out again. And quite frankly, my Stranger Things and Buffy loving heart really wants to read this now because I'm a Stranger Things and Buffy nerd, quite frankly. It does sound a little bit horror-y, which isn't usually what I read, but this does sound really good, and the synopsis really grabbed me, so it's immediately gone on my wish list. Next one is Molly Ostertag, who I don't know her exact identity, but she is currently in a female-female relationship. The first thing on Molly's I do want to mention sounds right up my alley because it is The Cast-Offs, which is a sci-fi fantasy series all about female apprentice mages teaming up together to try and save a village after a robot invasion. So many amazing ideas in just that. It just sounds incredible, and I will definitely be picking it up ASAP. It just sounds so good, like so good. The second one I'm going to mention is The Hidden Witch, which is a middle grade book all about shapeshifting and magic, and it just sounds really magical and fun, and I will definitely be picking it up. The final person I am going to mention is Vita Ayla, who is also non-binary. They have worked on 2020 Ironheart, which is something I've immediately got on pre-order for the bind-up because Ironheart, essentially, I know I mentioned it in my last video, but I do absolutely adore Ironheart, so I'm so excited to see Vita's take on Ironheart. They're also working on Nebula at the moment, which is a solo comic all about Nebula, who is obviously Gamora's sister, and I can't wait to read this one. I already have it on pre-order. I'm so excited to read it because I just love Nebula as a character. She's so interesting. I haven't really seen her in any sort of solo work, so I'm so excited to see exactly what a story about Nebula will entail. And with that, I'm going to leave this video here, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below with some of your favourite LGBTQIA plus comic book authors and any of their work that you really recommend. Please leave them down below so obviously I can find them and then everybody else who watches this video can find them. Obviously, like I said, I'll also leave links down below to all of the information I found so you can check it out and find more comics for yourself as well. And if you want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time guys, bye!